You know, I was chilling on the dark side of YouTube, and I cannot help but not feel sorry for everybody who got caught up in the Hawk 2 girl. I can't feel sorry for you because the Hawk 2 girl is an example of how, and hear me here, this isn't, I don't want to make this too racial, but we do have to touch on it just a little bit because I believe some white males are still going to agree with me on this. It shows how all you have to do is be a white girl. And no hatred if she would have went and just had her run and been fine. It's crazy how this ended up being a scam later, but tell me the one thing she did to garner that much fame that freaking quick. If we add up the real sum of what she did, it basically was this right here. This is all she did to turn around and end up being famous.
You gotta give him that Hawk 2 and spit on that thing.
That was it. Now, every male, every girl that happens to not be really thin, every person that has to work at their craft and art on social media and YouTube, you cannot tell me that doesn't make you feel some type of way. That's all she had to do.
Give him that Hawk 2 and spit on that thing.
That was it. And from there, a week later, she had a full management team. A week later. Now, to my guys out here, white or black, to my guys out here, the amount of grinding you've done, putting out content, whether it be on your TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whether it be Twitch, whether it be Kick, whether it be Rumble, whether it be about politics, video games, whatever you've done, the amount of grinding you've done to get the little 1,400 subs you have, the amount of grinding you've done, the amount of research you've done for someone to come in
and spit on that thing.
and she blows past all of the equipment you bought, all the lights, the YouTube camera lens, the interface, the 2 screens, the 2 computers, the having the good graphics card to record your video game. She bypassed all of that by just saying Hawk 2. That's it. And like I said, I'm not making it a super big racial thing. It's a race and gender thing, actually, because there's a lot of white males who do a lot of research when it comes to the game space, when it comes to politics, when it comes to reactions. They do a lot of work, and she just blew past them with.
You gotta give him that Hawk 2 and spit on that thing.
And she just blew right past them. Let's talk about the guys who work in their garage, and they're because I'm a bit of a car guy. I'm a part exchanger. I'm not a mechanic or anything, and they rebuild engines, LS swap things. Put a Hemi in a Honda. I mean, cut frames by hand with not all the tools to get 40,000 views on the video. And she just slid past all of those dudes who spent money on getting a treated floor, heating the garage in the Midwest when they're trying to work on their stuff, the $15,000 in tools, the actual build money. Some of these guys are going into debt. And she blew past them by saying, Hawk 2.
Spit on that thing.
That's it. There's guys that are rebuilding computers for $700, building a gaming computer for $700. I forget my guy's name. And they just build it right in front of you. Boom, make it work. Like, bam. I mean, genius. Good stuff, which tells people how they can get their setup prepared and what they can spend money on and not to spend too much money if your budget's not that good. Those guys get 8,000 views, 15. Let's be nice. 40. And she just, that 5.3 million. Who is to blame for this? All of you. I hope she gets away with her scam. I hope she gets away with it because it's nobody's fault that she's freaking, if you want to call this fame, there's nobody's fault but ours. She came with no substance. She came with no profound words. She came with no life experience. That's why I laugh when it was like, oh, she has the freaking, the podcast. What will you be talking about? What would you talk about? You've done nothing. You're a young, and not saying that you should have done something. What I'm saying is you're a young girl. You have no life experience. Well, what would she have a podcast for? To tell you how she did a saying and became famous? And then it ends there. We have no one to blame but the proverbial internet and ourselves. The fact that she would even seem interesting is our fault. I'm just lumping us all into one. And I'm not saying she's an ugly girl. I'm not saying she's a bad person. The jury's still out on that. It's looking like she's just has the wrong people around her and all that type of stuff. But the truth is, why were we interested? Well, she's cute. There's 4 million cute girls on Instagram already. There's 4 million cute girls on Instagram already. This is a train wreck waiting to happen. And then we're going to sit around and say, I don't know how it got here. Really? We don't know how it got here? Who should we really blame? I mean, technically, if you want to go way back, we should blame the Kardashians, honestly. Our Kardashians, you know, the O2 brigade that were famous for being famous. That's where this leads. That's where this leads. Have done nothing, not interested in doing nothing, have no substance whatsoever. And she has a team behind her in 1 week off of going viral. Her thing did 3 million. I have 5 videos on my other channel that's done 3-4 million. I never got a management team the next day. And even if there was something there, what happened to artist development? Honestly, you know how long gamers and people have to work at their stuff and tech and craft before anyone pays attention to them? Tim the Tap Man has been putting videos out for it got to be 15 years. Got to be 15 years. Every view he gets, he deserves. Ninja, 10, decade plus. And she said, Hawk, Tuah, and had a management team. It is single-handedly the most disgusting thing that has ever happened. And then he says, oh my God, she has a coin out that's a scam. Did we not expect her to figure a money grab out? She knows this is going to end. She's not stupid. So she's going to try to grab some money. Of course she is. She's going to try to grab some money. I mess with him. She's going to try to grab some money. I'm just here to say the whole thing was disgusting as we thought it would be, and nobody deserves it more than our society for ever even talking like this was ever a thing. I'm not saying she's an idiot. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm just saying there was no substance there. If you go to Instagram, there are girls, white, black, green, or indifferent, that are singing, perfect pitch, very talented, and getting 1,200 views. They're singing their hearts out on Instagram. Go to Instagram and type in singer, and they're just in their room, just singing into their phone. Nothing. But her making a sexual innuendo joke puts her at the top. That means our society is doomed. Our society is doomed, and we are the ones to freaking blame. That's just how I feel. If you want more of this type of content, all you got to do is hit the like button or subscribe. That's how I feel.